Have you ever been in this frustrating situation? Your coaxial cable gets bitten by a mouse, accidentally cut, or maybe you move your TV to a new spot and suddenly, the cable is too short. Most people would throw it away or buy a new cable right away. But today, I'm going to show you a simple trick to reconnect a coaxial cable and keep the signal stable. Can a damaged cable really be repaired like this? Watch closely until the end, because the small details are what make this method work. First, I'm going to remove the outer plastic jacket of the coaxial cable. Here, I'll strip about 5 centimeters. Pay attention to this length because it gives us enough space to work with the inner layers, and the reason will become clear in the next steps. Inside a coaxial cable, there are 2 main signal parts: the center conductor, which carries the main signal, and the braided shield, also called the ground shield, which protects the signal from interference. Have you ever opened a coaxial cable before? Now I'll separate the braided shield and pull it back carefully. Don't cut it off completely because we still need it later. Next, I'll remove the inner insulation to expose the center conductor. Be gentle here. If you damage the copper core, the connection may become weak. Look closely. Both sides are stripped and ready for the next step. And this is where the interesting part begins. For the center conductor, I need to remove the coated outer layer at the connection point. A cleaner metal surface gives better contact, makes soldering easier, and helps the signal stay more stable. I'll show you 2 ways to do it. The first way is using a lighter. Gently heat the center conductor until the surface layer changes color. Then use a sharp tool, like a small knife, to scrape that layer off. Be careful, the wire can get hot, so don't touch it with your fingers right away. Would you use this simple method at home? Now, here is the second way. I'm using a small handheld grinder to remove the coated layer. This method is faster, cleaner, and easier if you have the tool. But if you don't, the lighter and knife method can still work. After cleaning the surface, you can see the bare metal exposed. This part will make contact much more easily and prepare the wire for a strong connection. Which method do you prefer? The simple lighter method or the faster grinder method? Comment your choice below. Next, I'll bend the end of each center conductor into a 90-degree angle. Please focus on this step. The way we bend and position these 2 wires will decide how clean and stable the joint becomes. Now I'll place the 2 bent ends together so they touch firmly. This shape helps the wires hold their position and makes the next step easier. Don't rush here. If the 2 center conductors are loose or misaligned, the signal may become unstable. Now, because I have a soldering iron, I'm going to add a small solder joint to the 2 center conductors. This helps lock the connection in place and improves the signal path. Use only a small amount of solder, just enough to make the joint firm and clean. If you don't have a soldering iron, comment "no solder" below. In the next video, I'll show you how to reconnect a coaxial cable without soldering, while still keeping the signal strong. Would you like to see that method? After connecting the center conductor, we must bring the braided shield back together. Remember, the coaxial cable needs both parts to work properly. The center conductor carries the main signal, and the braided shield works as protection and ground. But be very careful. The braided shield must not touch the center conductor. If they touch, the cable can short out and the TV signal may disappear. Have you ever had a cable fail just because one tiny wire touched the wrong place? Finally, I'll use heat shrink tubing to cover the repaired section. This creates a new protective outer layer and helps keep the joint safe from dust, moisture, and bending. After heating it evenly, the tubing tightens around the cable and the repair looks much cleaner. And that's it, a simple way to reconnect a damaged coaxial cable. Would you repair it like this or buy a new one? Comment your answer below. And don't forget to follow for more useful DIY repair tricks.